This ends here.
Alright, what's up, Internet? So, recently, Katsuhiro Harada has revealed the concept art for what could be a new character in Tekken 7. Now, I don't mean could be in the sense that we don't know whether or not this is a concept art for a character yet. This is kind of a new strategy they have for the Tekken development team. Instead of revealing a character that is going to be in the game, this time what they're trying to do is they're revealing the concept art for a potentially new character that has not been confirmed or finalized yet. And it seems as though what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the feedback of the Tekken community to see if whether or not they like the design. Now, more specifically, it seems as though they're trying to get the feedback of the Arab community, or that's what it seems like to me. Now, what I suspect is they're trying to make sure that they design a character that does not offend anyone. In case you don't remember, when Tekken Tag 2 was released, the Saudi Arabia stage had, from what I recall, it had writing on the floor of the stage that actually translated to Allah. And there was a huge stink about that because you can't really write that on the floor. You know, it was offensive to people, which sounds reasonable to me. And they patched it out. So they removed that from the game. Now, what I suspect is that they're thinking, okay, we want to add a character like this to the game, but we don't want to overlook, because, you know, we're of Japanese descent, we don't want to overlook something that could offend people, so we're trying to get the feedback of, you know, everyone to see if this is a cool character. That sounds reasonable to me, but there was a clear emphasis on this is not finalized, it's only the aesthetic design, and we don't want to hear any bullshit about gameplay mechanics, because the character is not finalized. So I guess it's kind of an idea. It's not a bad idea, if you ask me, to kind of get the feel of the community, see what everyone thinks about the design, and that's just the strategy part of it on their end. As far as the design goes, they haven't really revealed anything about the fighting style, from what I can tell. But to me personally, the design reminds me quite a bit of the Ezio from Soul Calibur 5, who originally is from one of the Assassin's Creed games. I don't even know which one. That character fit very well in the Soul Calibur world, and this character, who I don't think has a name at this point, to me fits more in the Soul Calibur world than in the Tekken world. If you look back historically, the characters that usually are added, the new characters added to Tekken, usually have a modern look. Like, let's look at Raven. In Tekken 5, we had Raven, Oscar, and Feng. All three of those characters, you know, they look relatively modern, and Feng, of those three, is the only one that has kind of a classic outfit with the, you know, the Chinese pants. And even that, you know, it's reasonable in terms of aesthetic look for a modern game. Then if you look at Tekken 6, we had Leo, Bob, Zafina, and Miguel. And then Tekken 6 BR, we had Alisa and Lars. So of all these characters, the only character that really has kind of a not modern aesthetic look is Zafina. And even her, you know, it's kind of, it'll work. Because, you know, some of the outfits these days kind of have that classic look to them. But this new character, which as I mentioned, I think is unnamed, to me looks very cool, but might look a little bit too I don't know how to say it, doesn't fit the time of Tekken. Now, this is assuming that Tekken 7 is not some kind of flashback or flash forward or something like that. They have shown other concept arts for Tekken 7, one of which is Lars' concept art, in which he looks more tattered and his outfit looks more torn. And the other concept art is for Kazumi, who has not been confirmed as a playable character yet, but was in the trailers. And she's also wearing a very like traditional Japanese-looking outfit. So to me, I don't know. It's hard to say what direction they're going in. It does seem as though the character concepts don't seem very modern or futuristic thus far in terms of Tekken 7. So, you know, I don't really know where to go with this idea. To me, the new character design for the Arab character looks very cool. He looks like he's got a bunch of different weapons, which I don't necessarily like. But again, we'll see how it functions in terms of gameplay. But as far as aesthetic design, I think they're headed in the right direction. I just don't know if this character fits exactly into the Tekken world. He looks a little too not up to date with the times, not modern. That's just my opinion on it when I looked at it. Aesthetically, the character doesn't look as modern and Tekken-like as most Tekken characters do. But that does not mean anything. Basically, this is a very early concept art. They're getting feedback, and the type of feedback that I'm giving now is probably the type of feedback that they're looking for. And they did mention that they are looking to the Arab community for most specifically, that's where they're looking for feedback. And as I mentioned, it's likely to make sure that they don't offend anyone. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's a good character design or not? Do you want those weapons on his back to be usable or not? I personally don't. I also think that the design, though it's cool, I would prefer it if it was slightly more modern. Maybe if his shoes weren't so pointy. Maybe if the hood was not like, I don't know. Maybe if it was, I don't know. I'm not a character designer. It's just when I look at that, I think of Assassin's Creed, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But, I do feel like it doesn't quite fit into the Tekken world. That's just my thoughts on it. I'm really excited. Every bit of Tekken information that comes out is just like, a present under the Christmas tree. I'm really amped up about this game, and I can't wait. If you guys are interested in more coverage on Tekken 7, make sure you subscribe, and I will definitely be covering that game in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.